Hey guys, so today's video I am going to be talking about flying while being fat. I know for the longest time I did not fly or travel unless it was in a car driving because I was so terrified of flying, not the actual flying part, but was I going to be able to fit in the seats? I didn't want to have to pay for 2 seats, and just like the whole stigma fat while flying. So this is the first time I have traveled on my own and did the whole flying thing. I feel like flying is maybe a little bit more accepted now, being a plus size person. For the first thing, you definitely want to download an app. Now, I fly Southwest just because they are fat people friendly. So I have the Southwest app downloaded on my phone. It will make everything so much more easier. It'll have your boarding pass on there. It'll send you a message telling you when you need to check in, which is 24 hours before. And then it keeps track of all the flights you have going on, and it sends you the itinerary, and it's just a really good app to have on your phone. And if you don't want to print out the boarding pass, it has it on your phone and they can just scan it for you. A lot of the airports have this new check-in kiosk system where you check in, it prints your boarding pass for you, it prints your tags for your bag. You just tell them how many bags you're checking in and you can go ahead and print that and put it on your bag. So really all you have to do is just have your driver's license out and just give them your boarding pass and, you know, weigh your bag, and then you're off to do security. Now, if you're a person that doesn't want to use the kiosk, they also do have like a full service station that you can go to a person up to the thing and check in, and they give you your boarding pass and all that stuff. So if you're not comfortable with doing the kiosk, you can do that. Now, I flew with Southwest, but with Southwest, the way to get your boarding pass at this kiosk place is you can either scan it on your phone or you put in your confirmation number. Those are some of the ways that you can do it. I tried scanning it on my phone and it just for some reason would not work for me. So I just put in my confirmation number and it worked just fine. So another thing before you even start flying, you definitely want to go on the airline that you are flying and check and see what all their policies are on bags. Now for Southwest, you can have up to 2 bags, no more than 50 pounds. For free. Now, I know some other airlines, they charge you per bag, so that's just another perk of flying Southwest. So you can check in 2 bags, and then you can also have 2 carry-ons. After we get our bag checked in and everything like that, you have to go through TSA security. Yes. Now, I thought I would be in the line for a long time, but number one, my flight was early in the morning and there wasn't really a lot of people there. I think I maybe stood in line about 10-15 minutes before I got to the belt to take out all my stuff. So I really didn't have to wait that long, but I think maybe about 5 people before I got to the belt to put on my stuff, I started unlacing my shoes because you're going to have to take off your shoes. So you're going to want to wear socks because who knows what is on that floor. And so then you have to start putting things in bins. So, you know, that's from your carry-on. Now, everything I'm going to have to put in a bin, I put it in my one carry-on. So I can just pull everything out of there. I won't have to like open up my luggage or anything like that, or my other little carry-on I'm going to bring on the plane. You want to put in the bin, if you're bringing a laptop, that gets a bin of its own. And then another bin will have like your shoes, if you're wearing a Fitbit or a watch, or your jewelry, medicine if you have it with you, and your 311, which is your liquids in one bag. And yeah, and then you just put everything, you stay with your stuff, they told me. Stay, because I tried to go through the little metal detector, and she was like, lady, stay with your stuff until it goes through. So I was like, okay. So, you know, they just send it on through, you know, kind of like when you go to a courthouse and, you know, you have to take off your jewelry and they scan you. It's pretty much the same thing. From the time I took everything off and put it into the bins, it maybe was like about 5 minutes by the time I got to the other side, and if not even 5 minutes actually. And a little tidbit I saw, like if you do have a watch or a Fitbit and you have like a carry-on luggage with you, go ahead and take your watch off and put it in between like the handle or the strap that you have, and just connect it that way. That way it's not going to get lost. And with my necklace and my rings I had, I just put them in my shoes, so I knew where they were going to be. Then after we get all of our shoes and everything back in its place, and they do have like little benches and seats that you can like get all your stuff back in order. So then we just go to our gate and we wait on our plane. I got there I was supposed to get there 2 hours before your flight leaves, but I think I got there at maybe like an hour and a half, and I still had plenty of time. I think I had maybe like an hour to wait until we boarded our flight. So now the good thing about Southwest is there's no assigned seating. So basically you get a boarding number when you do your 24-hour check-in, and that determines when you get on the plane. So you can pick anywhere to sit on the plane. I personally usually go towards the back of the plane because usually people don't even sit back there. They all want to sit up front and everything like that. Before we get on the seats and everything, Southwest does have a COS policy, which is a customer of size policy. There's 2 ways you can do it. When you buy your ticket, you can choose COS and pay for an additional seat. Now, after your flight, you will get a return on that extra seat that you bought. If you have the money and you want that guaranteed seat right next to you, you can definitely do that. Other option you can do is when you get to the airport and you're doing all your check-in stuff, you know, you can go up to the counter and be like, I want to do the customer of size policy, and they will give you a complimentary seat if it's available right next to you. And they just give you like a reserve sign that you can put on the seat right next to you. So those are 2 options that you can do. I felt like, okay, I can fit into a movie theater seat just fine. I should be able to fit into these seats just fine. And the Southwest airline seats, from armrest to armrest, is 17.5 inches. I was able to fit into the seat, but like there was no extra room because most of my weight is in my stomach and my hips. But I was able to walk down the aisle of the plane very comfortably. I wasn't knocking into anybody or anything like that. I was able to get into the row of seats very comfortably also. I didn't have any issue with that of, you know, like sucking in to scoot over, or I didn't have any issues. So the first part of the flight, I sat on row 26, I believe, which is almost to the back, and I sat by the window. Now, I was like up against the window just because I didn't know if someone was going to sit by me. And as soon as I got on and I put my stuff in the overhead, I did ask one of the flight attendants for a seatbelt extender because I just didn't know if I was going to be able to fit it or not. So just in case. Seatbelt extender, it's really easy to figure it out. You know, it's just like a seatbelt extender. And I didn't need it for that much. I think I was maybe about 1 to 2 inches shy of the original seatbelt, so I really didn't need it for that much, but it was good to have it. On the first part of my flight, the seat next to me was empty, and then someone was seated on the aisle seat, so that worked out pretty good. In the second half of the flight, I had the whole road to myself, so I really didn't have to worry about it. But if the flight is full, I can see how, you know, it would have been kind of snug, but I was able to fit into the seat and not spill out or anything like that. The plane that I was on, the armrest did lift up. The armrest by the window didn't, but the one on the other side did, so that made it more comfortable, especially since no one was even sitting next to me. I really didn't have an issue with anything, really. It was a really comfortable flight, a smooth flight. On the second half, there was a little bit of turbulence, but it wasn't anything major. But I definitely liked flying. I didn't have an issue, so this is only my first time. Now, if I have another issue on my flying, I may make another video, but I really did not have an issue. Now, I did notice that after I checked in on my boarding pass, it said something on their app. It said something about you know, to make different reservations, call this number or something like that. So I don't know if they marked me as a customer of size, but I was totally fine. And I am 5'8", and at that time I was 307 pounds. So that's just like a little guideline for you. But again, most of my weight is in my stomach and my hips. So, but yeah, I really didn't have an issue. I enjoyed flying, and I can't wait to do more traveling, you know, to go see other people in my family and friends and stuff like that. But I had a really, really good experience with my first time flying with Southwest, and it was very enjoyable, and I look forward to doing it again. So, but I just kind of wanted to make a video for y'all, and you know, if you're afraid of flying while fat or whatever, and there is a group on Facebook, and it's a private group, but it is flying while fat, and you have to get someone to add you into it, but it is a really, really neat group. They you know, give you tips and suggestions, and you know, it's a really cool group to be in. So maybe check that out, or see if you can find it or something, you know, or see if someone's in it and they can add you or whatever. But I just want to thank you for watching this video, and yeah, if you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It means the world to me. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell right next to it to get notified of whenever I post new videos. Also, if you want to add me on social media, everything is in the description box down below, guys. So I hope you'll have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one, guys. Bye.